Hi everyone. I wanted to share a perfume with you that I've been living with for a while and really just had to write up a review because, as I'll say in a little bit, I don't think there is much talk about this. Certainly not on YouTube. But let me just jump right in and start talking about it. It is, as you can tell from the name of the video, it is Noir Patchouli by Histoires de Parfum. And for once, I actually have more than just a little sample vial. I liked it so much that I ended up buying a little bit of it. Not a full-size bottle, but just something to live with for a bit. So, here you can see Histoire de Parfum, and if you flip it over, it says the name, which is a little hard to see. There we go. Noir Patchouli. So, Noir Patchouli has notes. On the top, it has patchouli, coriander, cardamom. In the heart, it has more patchouli, a bouquet of flowers, which I'll speculate to what they might be in a minute, and juniper berries. And in the base, it has patchouli, more patchouli, musk, vetiver, foam, leather, and vanilla. Don't ask me what foam smells like. I haven't the faintest idea. I know that it was created, of course, by Histoire de Parfum, and they got the relatively well-known perfumer Gerald Guislain to do this for them. And it was released, as far as I can tell, sometime in the 2000s. So sometime between 2000 and 2010, I believe. Couldn't find an exact date. So, like I was saying, this seems to be a real sleeper in the community, especially on YouTube. There are times when you see Histoire de Parfum scents mentioned, but they're usually in a haul, and it's not a full video that's trying to, review a particular scent. And so I did a Noir Patchouli search. A couple of people have hauled it, but like I said, no one's dedicated a full review to it. So I wanted to get that out of the way. I think it's really beautiful. I want a bottle of it myself. I'm going to get one. So anything I want a full bottle of, certainly if it doesn't have its own lonely YouTube review on my tiny, tiny little corner of YouTube, then it certainly needs one. How I discovered this, it was through Decant Shop, actually. They have one of their frequent, 20, 22, 25% off sales. And I ended up ordering a little 2 ml sample, because that's the smallest sample size you can get with a sprayer instead of a dabber. Ordered it, loved it, and ended up buying this from Sephora. This is 15 mils that I've gone. Mostly I have maybe 5 mils left. But have really, really enjoyed it, especially in the colder weather of winter. It's just been beautiful. So I also bought an 8 or 9 piece sample set from Sephora that is all samplers of Histoire de Parfum scents. And I found another scent in there that I would like to review very soon. But I don't want to talk about it now because I want to leave that sort of a secret as to which one it is. So, jumping into what this stuff smells like. The top is pretty short-lived for me. It's almost non-existent. When you spray it, it sort of presents with a really, really intoxicating sort of peppery cardamom, aromatic, spicy, coriander-y blast of goodness. And that's gone relatively quickly, within several seconds. But it's sort of a wonderful little invitation to draw you into the life of the perfume wearing down on your skin. The middle is really, really, really complex and wonderful. The patchouli continues to lurk around. Remember, it's in every part of that pyramid. But what I think is either rose or possibly some iris comes through, and it really starts to remind you of a dusty, powdery, it's a slightly aromatic effect. Little lipsticky, but quite a bit of almost like talcum powdery. That might turn some people off, and saying it turns me off too, but it's so much more than that. It's just one impression among several that you get as it sort of ages on your skin. There's a small possibility, I think, that maybe some of that dustiness or powderiness might come from cocoa, maybe, but don't get the impression that this is gourmand for any reason. I mean, it's not even close. It's not sweet. It's not candy-like or anything like that. As it continues to dry down and almost die on your skin, there's this very nice suede-like leather that starts to come through, which is just really an ideal end to a really, really beautiful fragrance. This is, to me, it's sensual, it's beautiful, it's just lovely stuff to wear. And all that being said, I really can't say, I know we like to tell ourselves, as I've said in the past, that everything is unisex these days, but I still think some things lean femme, some things lean masc. That doesn't mean that they're gender prohibitive by any stretch of the imagination, but this is a more feminine scent. If people smelled this, they would probably assume that it was associated with a woman. But I've worn this all day, every day, frequently, so take that for what it's worth, which is not much. But I just wanted to, there's that powdery sort of floral-y thing going on. So, those are two sort of effects that when you combine them together, this is not, a super manly sort of smell. The overall sensory impression is one of really dark, brooding, powdery floral-y that can really almost take you back to the heyday of Guerlain fragrances. It wouldn't be the first time I've seen this compared to Shalimar online, or some of the other early first, I guess it wouldn't be first generation because it goes back further than that, but say the teens or 20s or 30s, some of the most popular fragrances to ever come out of the house. There are enough noir components here, I think, to keep things interesting and contemporary, but the whole composition can really come across as having a vintage vibe. If powdery, alluring, leathery, floral scents sound interesting to you, I really can't recommend this highly enough. I think it's stunningly beautiful. I will be getting a bottle of this in the very near future, and when I do, I will show you guys. Histoires de Parfum. Oh, it's upside down. Histoires de Parfum Noir Patchouli. Bye guys, see you later.